Welcome back to another BatchGuru update. Today I want to show you a new tool to create RSMF files. Wait, I know you're gonna say, Nikolai, RSMF, isn't that message crawler? Yes, it is. But I'm bringing some of the light functionality for RSMF creation into BatchGuru. It's not going to be as in-depth as what you can do in message crawler. It will allow you to create just basic RSMF files that are going to be good enough for most people. If you do need in-depth control over how RSMF files are created, message crawler is still your tool. Let's go to my screen and I'll show you what I've built in BatchGuru. So I'm going to navigate to BatchGuru menu and I'm going to select RSMF Exporter. And this tool will work with data that was loaded in as a DAT file where each column and row is a separate text message. So we're going to click on New, and we get a warning message saying this tool is in testing, and by the time you see this video, it will not be. But I do want to let you know, if you do see this message, you probably should not use it for production. All right, and the way this tool works is very similar to message crawler. This screen for configuring your fields is almost identical to the message crawler one, and the section on top and the bottom is what you used to in BatchGuru. So we would select our date source, which is going to be a saved search we're going to be exporting data from, and you do need to make sure the data is sorted correctly in this saved search. So it needs to be sorted by conversation, then by sort date, and then by ID to make sure our families go in the right order. And then we're going to set up our sort of standard fields, right? We're going to specify what is our control number or backduck field, what is our group identifier so we know where the families are, what is our conversation identifier. This is the field that's going to determine how many RSMF files are created. As the tool scans down our document list, anytime conversation identifier changes, a new RSMF file will be triggered. And then we have our metadata field. So sender, who sent the message, what time they did it, what is the content of the message. We have a type of conversation. Generally, it's okay to leave everything on direct unless you have users joining and leaving the channel. So that's a different type of communication. It's applicable to Slack usually. So direct is good for most of the things. You can create a cross-reference fields. This is where you'll include additional metadata fields, and they'll be written out to a separate file, which you can overlay back in. So if you have Slack data, you can export channel name into a cross-reference file. And then once RSMF files loaded and processed in relativity, you will overlay it back in. External attachment, this is a separate topic on its own. I have a separate video called External Attachments. Just look on my YouTube channel where I explain this in depth. But basically, it is where you export attachments outside of RSMF file, not inside. And this is useful for very large RSMF files. We also have a section for recipients. So this is either channel members or the person message is being sent to. We have a names delimiter. This is very important. Different forensic tools export names either semicolon delimited or comma delimited, and you want to specify this correctly in order to have our recipient list. And we have a couple of fields for if the message was deleted or the importance of the message. Message type, again, you can leave it blank, but if you have join or leave, this is something you need to have populated. Messaging platform, this is where you could specify whether it's Slack, Teams, or something else, and you can point to a field and that will reflect with the correct icon inside relativity once RSMF files are loaded. It's really a cosmetic thing, so it doesn't, it's optional, as you can see from the field list. Reactions, so reactions have to be stored in a specific format, which means the data needs to be processed by message crawler for these reactions to be extracted. Then we have attachment name. This is where you specify file name of the attachment, and you can specify whether to include missing attachments or not. which means there'll be a placeholder if attachment is missing. If there is no native file, you'll get that red box. Some reviewers would like to see that the attachment was there at some point, but now it's gone. Now, the next thing you'll notice is there is no place to specify path for your native file, and it's because you don't need to do that. Native files are stored in relativity, and BatchGuru will automatically pull out native file for attachments where needed. All you have to do is specify export path and run this tool just like any other BatchGuru tool, and you will get folder full of RSMF files. Alright guys, that's my new tool, RSMF Exporter for BatchGuru. If you get a chance to use it, please provide me any feedback. Did it work for you? Was it fast, slow, problems, issues, anything like that? I would like to hear from you. Alright, thank you for checking out this BatchGuru update. I will see you in the next one.